that doesn't want to see you be big, doesn't want to see you be big for God, because it's not in control if you're connected and attached fully to Spirit. So it will undermine you every time. You say, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a great sculpture class, and your ego says, I don't know, you really have the time? You probably really don't have the time. It's Thursday. You know, by the time you get there and you drive over there, that's your ego. That's not your truth. Your truth says whatever your heart says. When it says do it, do it. So one of the things I've been thinking about and inquiring about besides the stories, including my own, I was bored with mine before I left. And you'd all heard them all anyway. So I'm not going to tell you those. And I don't really tell them anymore, was to really question my teaching, my science of mind teaching, which I've been in for about 20 years and I love. And it is who I am. And I am asking you, along with me, to question it, to inquire, to do an inquiry about, is this really true? Because some of it no longer rings true for me. When we say, it's all good, it's all God, that's bullshit. It's not all good. Children not eating in Darfur is not good. War is not good. Somebody killing a bunch of people in a building is not good. Yes, God is at the root of all of us, but it is not good and God. It is not. It's all good, it's all God. Like that excuses everything. Not for me anymore. Not for me anymore. To say, not now, where I'm with people. To say, change your thinking, change your life. It's not just about changing your thinking. Thoughts are real. Thoughts are real. Please, I said this last night, if your thoughts were real and every thought you have manifested, I wouldn't want to see your life, and I sure as hell wouldn't want to see mine. Because our thoughts are billions of thoughts. It's what we're going to do with it. What action are you going to take from it? So I'm asking you to look at those beliefs, to look at the things you say. And as a minister, I said it a lot. You know, it's all good, it's all God, everybody. No, it's not. And the reason it's not all good is because if I say it's all good and it's all God, that gets in the way of my taking an action. And I need to take an action in the world. I need to make a difference in this world. I need to do something when I see that something is amiss. I can't just say, well, it's God. I have to do something, and I'm asking you to take that position too. Where I am now also there's another aspect of being in an evolutionary consciousness. Evolutionary consciousness, and I'll talk about it if I ever get to it, is the consciousness that is constantly evolving. This is the first time in human history that consciousness is conscious of itself. Do you get that? It's the first time consciousness is conscious of itself. Why that's so powerful to us is because we are also conscious of our own consciousness. And if we are, then we can choose the way in which we want to direct that consciousness toward the evolution of this planet. Are you with me? So, part of an evolutionary consciousness is tough. It asks me to do some tough things. Do I love you? Yes. Is my love unconditional anymore? No. Sorry. I don't think there is unconditional love anyway. But if it is, if I say I love you unconditionally, where does change come about unless I can see what is working and what isn't working? Unless I'm able to say, that doesn't fit. That's not congruent. That's not in integrity. You threw that on the floor and spit out the window. Do I love you unconditionally? I do not. I love you as a soul. Get out of your car, please, and pick up your trash. And so it requires of me to take a different stand. It requires of me to be real, to be authentic, to call it as I see it, and I don't say I'm right. Call it as I see it with humility, because I expect to be called on as people see it in me too. If I'm out of alignment, you know, there was once a point where I would stand up and I was like so in control of everything and myself. And there was no room for conversation. There was no room to lose face. There was no room to make a mistake, to be wrong, to feel stupid. You'd have to watch every word you say. I'm not like that anymore. That isn't where I am. Here I am, naked before you. I don't know. There's a lot I don't know. Most things I don't know. But what I do know is I'm out there trying to experience it so I can make up my own mind. That's the only way I know. So if you don't go to a film because you heard a review and the review hated it, please get over it. It's not about anybody else's opinions or thoughts or ideas about you or what you're about or who you are. It is about your own, and the only way you can come to it is if you have the experience. You go to the movie and then say whether you like it or not, and why. Somebody says something about somebody else, please don't carry that around. It's toxic.